We are going to do right off the top. As you know, we gave you, in a sense, a little assignment before you came here. You've been working on this, no doubt diligently, for a couple of days now, but what we asked you to do was to finish this sentence. My vision for Canada is. You will have 45 seconds in which to tell us what your vision is, and but there's a twist, and you know it. You can't mention any other candidate on the stage, and you can't mention any other federal leader. If you do, there's going to be trouble, and here's what you're going to hear. Now, I will then, after you've done your segment, I will engage you. You have 30 seconds to engage with me, and then we'll move on. The draw has been done, and we are going to start this debate with Mr. Scott Aitchison. Mr. Aitchison, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My vision for Canada is to renew the promise that the next generation will be better off than today's. High grocery bills, a housing crisis, inflation, all make life harder. Millions of Canadians are struggling to make ends meet, and a Liberal government does little more than make inflation worse. This divisive rhetoric leaves millions of Canadians feeling frustrated and even demonized by their own government. The answer to today's challenge is not to fan the flames of those frustrations and make Canadians more angry. Those politics of division have left you behind. You deserve leaders who care more about your success than our own. I seek to lead the Conservative Party and our team to form a government that delivers more than just photo ops, but real solutions to the challenges we face.
You're done.
And we will build that future together.
Thanks very much. Quick question to you. You were saying you want to take the politics of division out of the equation. How do you do that?
Repeat the question, please.
How do you take the politics of division out of the equation?
It's the divisive rhetoric that we need to take out of our discourse. And all parties are guilty of it. I'm going to give you the most obvious example, and I'm going to use the name of another party leader now because I think I'm allowed to. But if you look at the way the Prime Minister used vaccine mandates and actually divided Canadians by demonizing one group over another.
You know the rules. You just broke them. We're moving on.
Okay.
I don't know you guys and Dr. Lewis yet. So this is a chance just to get to know a little bit about who you are and character and likes, dislikes, and that sort of thing. I'm going to ask everybody the same question. We're just going to go down the line. The very first question I have for you is, what book are you reading now?
Oh.
What book are you reading now?
Why?
Oh,
This is so irrelevant.
I'm reading the most recent book.
What's your favorite color? Tom Clark wants to know what's your favorite color.
It's been about Russia.
What a loser
Very
Tom
good.
Clark is, and the party
Mr.
deserves
Aitchison.
this. They knew what they were getting.
Now, but when you have the opportunity to sit down and listen to some music, what do you listen to?
Oh my God!
I would say
Did I
probably
really-
I
jazz
told you.
is
What's your favorite
my
color?
go-to, but
Who's
They're
your
not
favorite
talking about
jazz
foreign
artist?
policy. They're not talking about the carbon tax. They're not talking about
Coltrane.
equalization payments. They're not talking about vaccine mandates.
Okay.
This fool,
Mr.
this liberal fool,
Amy
is
Winehouse.
asking what their
When I hear
favorite
Amy
color
Winehouse, I
is,
can see
what their
into her
favorite
soul.
book is, what their favorite
She speaks
song
to issues
is.
of addiction
This
and
is a
mental health,
disgrace to
something
the
that people know
Conservative
that I'm very,
Party.
very
Alessia Cara, because I'm from Brampton, and Alessia Cara is our most famous musician right now. And but I should also say MIA. We're trying to get them for our candidate party.
Mr. Polyev, what are you having time to read these days?
Well, Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules, great book, and a lot of good lessons. We all need to improve ourselves, and I think he has a lot of good wisdom in that book that could help anybody.
Mr. Polyev, your vision of Canada
Is one where you, the citizens, are masters and your government is servant. It is one where people have the freedom to take back control of their lives. That means freedom from inflation, so that hardworking single mothers can afford nutritious food for their kids. Freedom from inflation so that 32-year-olds don't have to live in their parents' basements, that they can actually afford their own homes. Freedom from inflation and carbon taxes that have made it unaffordable for working people to fill their trucks with gas. The freedom to speak without fear and censorship, and the freedom to make your own medical decisions. In other words, the freedom to be master of your own destiny and a captain of your own life. Thank you.
Folks, here's the deal. Supporters of any candidate, the time that you cheer is going to be taken away from your candidate. Just so you know, that's the way the deal works here. Mr. Poilievre, what are you basing that on?
If we look at the last 2 years, we have seen families torn apart by COVID. We see parents not talking to children. We've seen a government that has pit Canadians against each other. There are millions of people who cannot travel in their own country, people who are unemployed. The government has used COVID to divide Canadians, and it's time for us to heal.
Folks, I've really got to, I don't want to stop the debate, but we will, if necessary.
Who is
You've been asked a number of times now,
lobbyist
please
clown?
don't do
Who
that.
is this
So I'm
prima
asking you
donna?
once again.
He's in
please
love
don't
with
do
his
that,
own
or your
voice.
candidate will get penalized.
I'm embarrassed for the
finally.
party for